RDT Trichon back again, bringing you some more op replays. This one is going to be my finish on Titan. My attack was not the first attack, but it did get the base down. Just really quick to go over everything. You can see it's a lot of base health. I think there was like 1.5 million, 1.3 million, something like that on core left. We had one other good attack go in and several attacks that were not so good. So you can see the health is a little more than half, but pretty close to half. The attacks had failed mostly because of the hot landing. If we look, even coming from the far right side, you have some smoke, and then obviously there's a lot to deal with here. You have these great anchor cells in front, which are important, and I use them on my hit. But people got burned a lot of different ways, like some gaps in these machine guns, smokes, not shocking fast enough on these rocket launchers, being too far to the left and getting hit by the shock launcher, all this kind of stuff. So I wanted to do a replay showing kind of what a successful hit looks like. I go a little bit slow in the beginning just to kind of show, and then once the walk starts I'll speed it up a little bit. So I have some things to point out along each step of this process. Basically, I might leave it in half speed the whole time. Anyway, I decided to hit, I don't have any troop health, but I'm hitting with one boat of heavies and then 7 boats of Zukas. The heavies are going to be deployed here and first to distract the rocket launchers. You see the final flag is on the very edge of the blind spot for this rocket launcher. The heavies are going to target the power cell right there. But all the other rocket launchers, even at the final landing spot, are fine to hit the heavies. Basically, this is going to save me a ton of GBE. I don't have to do a double smoke, or a lot of people that had failed hits ahead of time were doing triple smokes. I don't have to do any kind of landing like that. I can still use this anchor cell. So we'll kind of play that through. So I drop the heavies and then drop all the Zukas together. That boat was a little bit slow. So you can see all the rocket launchers are firing. I have my smoke down, so my Zukas are gathering up like they're supposed to. I could have done this smoke a little bit lower on the beach actually, and they all still would have fit in just fine. See, these guys are on the, or these girls are on the very, very edge, so it's a little bit dangerous because the splash damage would be so dramatic. Anyway, I flare up against the wall. With these long flares, you want to be up against a vertical wall to reduce the number of lines or columns that your Zukas walk in. I had my smoke too far to the right here, so I lose a couple there. Thankfully the rocket launchers didn't both lock on and fire, but I did lose delay from them. Not that it actually matters the rest of this hit. My smokes start getting a little bit squirrely here. They get a little bit far to the right. I kind of thought I was going to path on the right of this sniper tower. Instead, that laser beam gave me like a heart attack. And I know approaching these rocket launchers that I need to have my smokes on point, so I just do a really short smoke with a ton of overlap to line them up and have them walk straight down the middle. Kind of helps me reset my smoke orientation left and right, and then I can start doing normal smokes. Getting to the back of this base, it's been kind of a long walk at this point. In this corner I only have 7 boats, so they'll fit really nicely, not spread too far, but this shock launcher covers a lot of area, and if even one Zuka peeks the shock launcher, it'll send the shock centered on that Zuka and it'll vaporize a ton of them. And I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to flare the core pretty early to keep them in the blind spot of the shock launcher. So you can see they start spreading down a little bit, spreading down, and they're basically right on the line. I can't look at these ranges while I'm doing my active attack, but I was pretty worried about it, so I decided just to go ahead and be safe and shock it. So now nothing is shooting me. See, 2 shocks covers all of this. This is the same as doing shocks on Minotaur, for example. Once the shock gets to about 8:30, 9 o'clock, the one that's going to run out first, I go ahead and deploy critters, so they fly back super far. I had lost delay on this rocket launcher previously, that's why it rotated before all the other ones did, but didn't get to fire because my shot came in. Critters distract from the shock launchers and from some of the rockets, and the core goes boom. So that's the basic approach for Titan if you're going to do a Zuka hit instead of doing a Scorcher Zuka hit. I did a little medkit on core, which is the Angry Family signature. Angry Turtle joined our Discord recently, so I thought, yeah, I have some GB left over. I'll do that. Talk about him a little bit. So, we're the two like top English-speaking families of task forces. So, just a little homage to that. Anyway, that was the replay on Titan. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out.